Streaming tonight, the Madz Talk Plus. With your hosts, Alfred John de Vera, Patricia Cauilan, and Perlita Reyes. Together with our segment hosts, Enrico Lagasca, Katrina Saga, Angelo Diamos, and Her Royal Highness, Queen Corona of Oriana.
Mabuhay everyone! Mabuhay world! Welcome to Madz Talk Plus February episode. And of course, since it's February, it is predictably about tama! Pag-ibig or love. So, ready na ba kayo? We promise you that it's going to be an exciting evening as we present to you tonight's episode, our Pag-ibig playlist. Kuya Alfred, bakit nga ba Pag-ibig playlist tong naisip natin? Kuya Alfred? Kuya Alfred? Hello, are you there? Ate Candy? Nasa tamang show po ba ako? Hello, are you there? Kuya, ate. Kuya. Hello talaga.
Hello, Pearl. Yes, nasa tamang show ka. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Magandang gabi, world. Welcome to our February playlist. Hinahanap ko si Candy, di ba? Oh, yes, sabi mo daw, kayang-kaya mo na ang show na ito. Kayang-kaya na niya i-host, di ba? So, hindi na daw kailangan si Candy pumasok. Hindi na daw kailangan. Day off na si Candy, na day off na ni Pearl. Yan ang balita.
Nagpapanik na ako, kuya. Ate Candy, where are you?
Good evening, Alfred, Pearl. Good evening. Anong pinag-uusapan niya? So, ako.
Wala. Ano, sasabihin mo ba, Pearl, kung bakit, ano pinag-usapan natin?
Wala
ayoko. Continue tayo. Let's get on. So we were talking
chismis
about...
yan, ha? Chismis.
Wala.
Okay, so we were talking about Pag-ibig playlist. So bakit siya Pag-ibig playlist? So we all have our own playlist, the things that we want to hear, the things that we want other people to hear, yung mga nasa wish list natin.
Well, a playlist, maybe mga top hits, OPM, or classical, or whatever. And special performers we have never heard before. Aside from that, we will also have another feature, a collaboration of our past great singers and our present, now, and future to be great singers. Ano sabi niya, di ba?
Balita ko, Ate Candy, meron daw showdown na magaganap. Gaano ba katotoo yan?
Mamaya na.
Kuya.
But stay tuned, okay? Because you've never heard this before, and so stay tuned. Huwag kayong umalis. Okay. Other things in our playlist, Candy?
Our segment host will have something special also, like, for example, for Madz Sing Along, we will be joined by the Madz and, of course, the great Sir Mark Anthony Carpio. It will be an instructive and a very educational segment for us. And it will not only be serious, but also we will have fun with that, you know. Ganun pala yung mga sinasabi ni Mark Carpio.
And our other segment hosts will also have something special for you. So, for example, sa Sing Out session ni Coach Kat, meron tayong mga how to sing with the right hugot. Kasi month of the hugot ngayon. And then sa special section, Special Somebody, meron tayong mga konting eksena ng mga pag-ibig. What is pag-ibig without love songs? And finally, of course, sa ating Connect, meron tayong special reconnection or throwback na nang mangyayari. Napanood nyo sa aming teaser. Alam kung those who've seen the teaser, you know what we're talking about. Also stay tuned for that.
Plus, meron din tayong outstanding songs from the Madz et al. Kaya please do stick around. Wag po kayong aalis and please stay with us.
All you viewers, try to text and message all your friends. Invite them to join us because this is a very, very nice representation of streaming for love. See you.
Enjoy!
Isa sa mga favorites that should be on our playlist are some of the outstanding performances from the recently concluded Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival. Last year, we staged the first virtual choral festival titled Our Voices Will Be Heard. For 7 weeks, wherein 66 choirs from the Philippines, Europe, US, and South America gathered together to celebrate life, love, hope, and music making with the rest of the world. We have also premiered 34 amazing new choral works and 30 new choral arrangements. Just to perk things up a bit, but with a spirit of fun, camaraderie, and friendship in mind, a set of et al. Conductors nominated what they felt was the outstanding new work and virtual performance premiering that night. The selection from each night was further selected by our esteemed panel. Sino po ba sila? Well, sila lang naman po ay ating mga legendary Madz alumni. Mr. Ruben Federizon, Mr. Sal Malaki, Mr. Jonathan Zaens, Mr. Nilo Alcala II, and Ms. Diday Veneracion Alcudia. For everyone's information, hindi po competition ang Madz et al. It was just an idea that we thought would add an element of fun and excitement during the pandemic, and also in recognition of everyone's newfound virtual skills. So tonight, balikan po natin. Let us enjoy these performances chosen by our panel conductors and special Madz guests.
What I had in mind was easy listening and moving that would definitely complement the music. I wanted also something that would leave the listeners and the viewers this light, feel good, and encouraging feels, especially after what we have experienced last year.
The second wave of COVID was about to come in Europe, so all the concerts were cancelled. All the concert halls became empty. And when I studied the lyrics, the piece, it moved me to my core because it actually made me think about how to go on.
Padayon para mí sumó a mi capacidad de poder abrazar la realidad, venga lo que venga, y poder hacerlo desde una visión de más calma y sabiduría. Y con este espíritu entender a un nivel más profundo el efecto positivo y enriquecedor de la gratitud y de encontrar siempre razones por las que agradecer sin dar nada por sentado.
Padayon is a very beautiful word that sparks hope. It simply captures the whole idea behind the song. And the text also serves as a gentle reminder that whatever happens, just continue to pray and live our lives to the fullest always.
Cuando caemos, nos levantamos.
Kita berjalan, kita berlari.
As ons voel, ons verdrink. Breek ons deur.
เราแหวกว่ายเราล่องไป
وحينما تبدو لنا الأفق بعيدة وواسعة نصنع لأنفسنا أجنحة.
Wir fliegen, wir gleiten.
Réduit au silence, nos cœurs s'enflamment.
Le nostre voci saranno sentite.
Lakad, layag, lipad,
liyab, padayon.
Thank you very much, Sonos, and thank you for all the singers from all over the world. I found that really, really moving, that so many people from all over could actually make music together. If it were not for this virtual situation, that would not even have happened. Bravo, the virtual editing skills, and of course, the beautiful music. It's like words cannot express how much it means and how much it touches you. That's why it's on our playlist. Thank you very much, Sonos, for that beautiful performance.
Filipinos really love to sing and enjoy people singing. So we're very romantic at mahilig tayo sa mga drama, especially in songs. We want songs that have full emotions that reach right into our hearts. And if you notice, mga OPM natin, panay ng drama. All the most dramatic lyrics. Ewan ko nga ba, lahat ata ng OPM na alam ko, may mga drama. Di ba, Pearl?
Yes. For example, alam ba, maraming mga Canseco works and Willie Cruz works na punong-puno ng hugot lines. Halimbawa, sana'y wala ng wakas, kahit na ilang tinik ay aking aapakan. Kung yan ang paraan upang landas mo'y masundan. Di ba? Kakaiyak.
Meron pa yung bukas na lang kita mamahalin.
Mamahalin, yes. Or hiram. Di ba? Ako'y tao lang na dadarang at natutukso din. Yung mga ganyan.
Yung sa akin, yung kinanta ni Edward na kinanta din ng Madz ng ikaw ang lahat sa akin yun.
Ay,
no?
nakaka-inlove yun.
Kami, solo niya, kami umiiyak na sa likod.
So, pagdating sa hugot, let's not forget all the karaoke moments na at 2 a.m. in the morning, gusto mo nang tumawag ng pulis dahil ang kapitbahay mo ay hindi lang baga niya ang hinuhugot niya. Lahat-lahat na, pati bituka niya yata, lahat na, nagising na yung buong barangay. So, careful tayo sa mga hugot singing. So here in our next section, our resident Coach Kat will tell you all about how we can sing with hugot, but with a little bit more class for healthier, more artistic, and more fulfilling singing. So, eto si Coach Kat for our special February edition of Sing Out Session.
Sing Out Session! Hello and welcome back to Sing Out Session with me, Coach Kat. And since Love Month ngayon, I have a very, very special guest with me. No other than Mr. Tommy Vertusio.
Hi everyone! Hello Teacher Kat. Thank you for inviting me here.
Yeah, so how are you, Tommy?
I'm good. Sobrang happy ako na in-invite mo ako ngayon. Excited akong kumanta ngayon.
Yes, long awaited to. Actually, maraming nagre-request for this collaboration, no? And so for today, we will be focusing on a very special song entitled
Sana Maulit Muli.
Ayan, by Mr. Gary Valenciano. And so ito yata yung pinaka-requested and most beloved song sa buong Pilipinas, no? Isa siya sa mga favorite natin.
Totoo, ang hilig kasi humugot ng mga Pilipino.
Diba? Okay, so sa kantang ito, what do we need to look for or what do we need to work on to be able to sing out and give the best rendition for this song?
Bilang isa siyang hugot na kanta, kailangan mas nakafocus tayo so kung ano yung ibig sabihin or yung pinakalaman ng kantang ito.
Wow, that's very, very useful for us everybody, no? So tandaan natin yan. So especially doon sa middle part ng song where it leads to the high point, yung pinaka sinasabi nating hugot sa song talaga, no? Do you have any tips on how we can just breeze through those difficult notes natin?
Sabihin na natin punong-puno ng tensyon at punong-puno ng sakit itong kantang to. Just make sure na hindi tensyonado ang iyong lalamunan or iyong leeg kapag kumakanta ka dun sa mga high notes na yun.
Ayan, yes, I agree. Kasama na dun din yung posture natin, relaxation ng lahat ng parte ng instrument natin, no? So thank you so much, Sir Tommy, for those tips. And so, before we sing along with Sir Tommy, let's do some very quick warm-ups. Okay, very easy lang ito. Everybody can do this. So let's do it together. First, we'll do some lip trills. Okay, so let's inhale and go. One more. Okay, and also let's do some breathing exercises. So we can put our hands on our belly and feel our belly expand when we breathe. So let's take a deep breath and one more. And let's do a breathy sigh when we do our breath now. Let's take a deep breath and sigh. Another one. All right, wasn't that lovely? Okay, so before that pa rin, I would like to ask Sir Tommy to demonstrate how to belt out that the high notes ng song na ito, no? How can we prepare for that high note? So for everybody, no, let's also be mindful of the preparation. Kasama din yung posture, yung ginawa nating mga breathing and lip trills. And now let's observe Sir Tommy on how he belts out that tone. So as you observe, no, lahat very relaxed. Yung jaw niya was very relaxed. He took a very deep breath to prepare. Kasi kung wala tayong breath support, walang gasolina.
Totoo yan.
Yung music,
Totoo
okay? Yan. So, I hope you enjoyed this quick warm-up. And up next, yung song na Sana Maulit Muli. Stay tuned. As a Valentine treat for everyone, this is Beauty and the Beast.
Tommy, parang gusto ko biglang mag-walling nung narinig kitang kumanta ng Sana Maulit Muli. Parang ang sakit-sakit. Parang tumagos talaga sa heart ko. Ayun, tagos na tagos yung wagas na wagas. Grabe ka. Pero actually, bagay na bagay po kina Coach Kat and Sir Tommy ang kanilang topic, which is hugot. Kasi, nung nasa Madz pa po sila, considered sila as reyna ng hugot songs. So, dear viewers, tandaan po natin ang mga tips nila. Mahalaga, to be able to belt those high notes sa mga hugot songs is to prepare the body to relax through proper breathing para walang tension at mas maganda at madali natin ma-express at lumabas ang emotions ng mga kanta. Practice lang po tayo ng practice and vocalize well para laging handa ang ating instrument or boses at maging kapareho din natin sa pagkanta ang ating mga idols na si Coach Kat and si Sir Tommy. This next performance on our playlist was acclaimed as one of the most outstanding virtual performances, and they were also recognized for being one of the best original works. This is Pansol Choir.
Banyuhay, Bagong Anyo ng Buhay, Metamorphosis is a song about the transformative power of any difficulty that we may experience in our everyday lives.
And so, in the process of creating this virtual performance, we wanted to show that despite the difficulties we are experiencing, especially in this time of pandemic, we are being transformed into a new person, a better person.
Sa pamamagitan ng nakakaindak na tunog at awit ng banyuhay, kasabay ng mga makulay na visuals at pag-feature ng ethnic instruments, ay nais namin ipadama sa mga viewers at listeners na hindi dapat tayo matakot, malungkot o malugmok. Dapat good vibes lang sapagkat may bagong umaga na punong-puno ng pag-asa ang naghihintay sa atin.
We would not truly know what it takes for a caterpillar to morph into a butterfly, but somehow it has to undergo major changes, not only to its physical form, but more importantly, to its perspective, accepting its new form to be able to fly.
Ang konsepto ng banyuhay ay parang maging tunog ethnic para maipakita yung ethnicity na present sa iba-ibang lugar sa Pilipinas. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung chord ay nakababad lang. Same kapag narinig yung tunog ng kutyapi ng Mindanao. Ay na same tono lang. Then other notes for melody. For the melody, ang style ay pop, paulit-ulit, dahil gusto ko nga makasabay ang mga tao sa pag-awit. Ang impact sa akin as a composer, syempre lumawak yung knowledge ko sa pag-compose at nakadagdag ng confidence sa sarili. As an artist, yung kakayahan ko ay mas lumawak din dahil ito nga ay bagong awitin na hindi pa nakakanta ng iba, so yung interpretation ay bagong experience.
Pag-ibig, pananalig, pag-asa. Yan ang aking mantra sa pagsulat ng Banyuhay. Sa proseso ng paglikha ng awitin, ay nabago ang aking perspektiba sa buhay, na ang lahat ay may kapanuhunan. Tayo man ay nakulong sa gabi ng kawalan, ngunit natatapos din ang gabi, sumisikat ang araw na nagdadala ng panibagong pag-asa. Lumipas man ang lahat, ngunit hindi ang tatlong ito: pag-ibig, pananalig, at pag-asa.
Sisikat din ang bagong umaga. Sa bawat pagkakataon
Wow, the Pansol Choir, aside from being recognized as one of the best, as having one of the best original works, tignan nyo, their virtual performance has high techniques in producing, not the normal way. Ganda-ganda, those turning cymbals. Anyway, they not only sing well because Mark has been their director since we were also their directors, but then passed on to Mark, nag-improve ng malaki.
Ito na po ba yung isa sa mga surprises, yung nabalitaan po na showdown, kuya?
Ay, huwag namang showdown. Medyo
Sorry naman, sorry.
Pero
Sorry.
this is what you, the viewers, are up for in the next part. So we started this year, especially during this lockdown, when our alumni Madz volunteered their time to teach the next generation in what we call the Madz Alumni Pay It Forward initiative. So our alumni, several alumni, dami nila, nag-volunteer na magturo to teach and coach the next generation. So most of the current Madz and even our first batch of Madz Schola Cantorum, the high school students, are being coached, trained, taught by the soloist greats of Madz years past. Ang ganda, di ba? So it's the past taking care of the future. It's also the Madz Alumni Paid Forward. And it is also a sign that we really need to take care of our voices. Kahit nasa Madz ka na, kahit soloista ka na, the learning never stops. So all of our singers continue to hone their craft and develop their skills. Ito isa sa mga secrets of the most beautiful sound on earth, as what Professor Andrea Veneracion has established, the principle that every singer must be trained as soloist. And so all the choristers out there and all the conductors out there, you might want to take this tip into consideration. Make sure that all the singers continue to study voice or be coached vocally so that they improve in their own way.
Edward Locke Granadosin, a tenor, a super tenor of the Madz. He's the one who sings with all his heart. He sings also the very, very high note. He reaches out to the public. And he's so, so kind in attitude, in respect for others. We both call each other partners because we sat beside each other in this Madz semicircle. He being a pastor, he thought of putting a stop to his singing, but I think God nodded him. Just share it with others. So this is Edward Locke Granadosin. And in this segment, we would like to pair him with, of course, his pupil, Adrian Kalangian, a new future-to-be great tenor in this song, Pakiusap.
Natutulog ka man, irog kong matimtiman, tunghayan mo man lamang, kung nagpapalang. Dahan-dahan mo tiya, buksan mo ang bintana,
That was one beautiful duet, straight from the heart and super premium blend. Parang years na yata ang training mo aids kay Kuya Edward ha. Ang galing-galing. Actually, more than the technique, mas mahalaga talaga and effective when whistling from the heart. At yun ang ginawa niyong dalawa at pinakita niya sa amin. Thank you very much. We enjoyed your singing. Thank you, thank you.
Of course, most of you are aware that the Philippine Madrigal Singers took its name from the word madrigal. That's a term of the Renaissance period, and you will find out why in our next segment. Well, do the Madrigal Singers sing this song still, the Madrigals? Do we sing it just because we must do it or because it's old music? They do sing it, but in other forms, not only in old music, but also in the new hits, the pop hits.
So let's discover what is special about the madrigals that the Madz sings and why the Madz still sings the madrigal. And aside from being in our name, what is so special about this kind of music in the Madz heritage? Here is Madz sing-along with Angelo Diamos, joined by Mark Anthony Carpio.
Hello everyone. We are often asked if our group is part of the illustrious Madrigal family. With high respect for them, I have to say we are not. What is funny is that more than once, we have been mistakenly called the Madrigal Sisters. The madrigal in our name refers to that type of vocal music which was widely popular during the Renaissance period in Europe. It was so popular that almost all composers we know from that period wrote madrigals. When Ma'am O.A. took her graduate studies in Indiana University, she had the opportunity to listen to this kind of music. Upon returning to teach at the UP College of Music in 1963, she gathered some faculty members and students to read through this collection of madrigals, which until then was left untouched in the college library. It was then that the UP Madrigal Singers was born. The madrigal is a secular form of vocal music. It is usually sung a cappella and mostly written in polyphonic style. All the different voices in polyphonic writing are of equal importance. For one to appreciate polyphony, it requires listening to and getting familiar with what the composer did in each of the voices. From the point of view of the singers, each one also needs to know how each voice part connects or relates to the other voice parts. It will not be possible to sing madrigals with one part missing. We need each other. This is the reason why it is often used as training pieces for beginning choirs. And I do hope that all of you watching will be inspired to sing more madrigals. Madrigals were popularly performed during banquets, court gatherings, where the singers are seated down around the banquet table, where all the food and wine were served. This is why the first members of the Madz decided to sing seated down in a semicircle formation, following the tradition during the Renaissance period. For tonight, I've asked some Madz to sing an English madrigal entitled Sing We at Pleasure, written by Thomas Wilkes. Although it is a madrigal, the more accurate term is a ballet or balletto. It was written for 5 voices, and for tonight, I've asked 2 singers to sing each of the parts. Like all balletti, this piece consists of 2 sections, both of which end with a falala refrain. Enjoy!
Sing
observer, pleasure, content, is our treasure, is our treasure, is our treasure, is our treasure. La 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 pleasure, content is our treasure, is our treasure, is our treasure, is our treasure. La 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 sweet love shall keep the ground. His praises sound. All shepherds in a ring shall dance in heaven, shall dance in heaven, shall dance in heaven, shall dance in heaven, sing fa la la la, fa la 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 la. Sweet love shall keep the ground. His praises sound. All shepherds in a ring shall dance in heaven, shall dance in heaven, shall dance in heaven, shall dance in heaven, sing fa la 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 la.
Nakakamiss! During my time with the Madz, we would sing a lot of madrigal songs at nagva-vary yun sa degree ng difficulty. At first, I thought the reason we'd always put them in our repertoire was because of our name, and it's the genre we specialize in. But later on, I realized that it was not entirely the case pala. We would sing them not just to validate our name. It was more of a training. Yes, part of our training as Madz. As singers, to train our independence. Our pakiramdaman, yan, mahalaga yan sa mga korista. Also, the way we listen to each other, the way we express our emotions, and our ability to interpret, so on. And for the Madz composers naman and arrangers, the madrigal style became an inspiration in writing choral arrangements. Example, kay Sir Fabian Obispo's Mamayog Akun, the Ayat, the May Sanga Ubing, Chuwaay, among others. He used the madrigal style to create beautiful masterpieces that would eventually help define and introduce Filipino choral works and, syempre, Filipino choristers to the world. Thank you, Sir Mark, and the Madz for keeping the mission of guiding and leading the Filipino choirs to achieving choral excellence.
And when you recall the iconic tenor soloist or sikat, the tenor soloist in the Madz history, madami-dami din sila. So hindi lang yung mga nakita nyo sa video at hindi lang si Edward, madami-dami din sila. After all, aside from the soaring sopranos, the Madz is also known for its terrific tenors. So of course, pag sabi terrific tenor, Edward comes to mind. Eh sino-sino pa ang mga ibang iconic tenors from the years past? So ito na yung tinatanong ni Pearl kanina sa akin. Showdown nga ito.
Alfred, it's not a showdown. Talagang magagaling lahat ang tenors ng madrigal singers. And we just pick them so that we can show the difference between what the tenors right now are and they. Pareho lang. So here is another one of our tenor legends, Salmineo Malaki, who is the voice mentor of current cutie pie Madz Angelo Diamos.
Sige, bring it on, Sal and Jello.
Some days we forget to look around us. Some days we can't see the joy that surrounds us. So caught up inside ourselves, we take when we should give. So for tonight we pray for what we know can be, and on this day we hope for what we still can't see. It's up to us to be the change, and even though we all can still do more, there's so much to be thankful for. Look beyond ourselves, there's so much sorrow. It's way too late to say I'll cry tomorrow. Each of us must find the truth. We're so long overdue. So for tonight we pray for what we know can be, and every day we hope for what we still can't see. It's up to us to be the change, and even though we all can still do more, there's so much to be thankful for. Even with our differences, there is a place we're all connected. Each of us can find each other's love. We all can find each other's light. So for tonight we pray for what we know can be, and on this day we hope for what we still can't see. It's up to us to be the change, and even though the world needs so much more, there's so much to be thankful
That was another superb performance, Kuya Sal and Jello. Ang galing! Kakaibang showdown talaga ito ng mga tenors. Sorry, hindi pala showdown, di showdown, selection. Actually, si Kuya Sal nga sequel pa lang, world class na, diba? Bumawi. Also, kaya it is really very important to take care of our voice. Mahalaga kasi kahit na magaling ka na or veteran ka na, there is always like a room for improvement. Ika nga ni Ma'am OA, hindi lang bawal magkasakit, pero bawal maging
We know that the Madz has many offsprings. na ipapanganak ng mga other groups. We planted the seeds of choral music, and we have many choral offsprings and choral products. For others, they started with the Madz, and then after they left the Madz, they went on to shine as soloists or as master teachers. But for others, from this choral heritage or armed with a choral harmony and vocal a cappella background that they got in the Madz, they launched their own unique vocal ensemble.
You must be curious who these are. Well, let's find out as our choral impresario at large, Enrico Lagasca, brings us this one-of-a-kind, wonderful gem of a reconnection. Here is Enriconnect.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight is a very, very special night in Enriconnect because we are graced with not one, but three of the very distinguished, highly regarded artists, not only in the Philippines, but also here in the United States, where they're all currently based. I am so excited, super, super thankful and super excited and just very humbled that these three are my guests.
It might look like I'm outside, but I'm not. So I am in Los Angeles, California. I'm in Van Nuys specifically. My name is Annie Nepomuceno. Hello, everyone.
I'm Pastor Ed Granados in East Alton, Illinois, USA. Good evening po sa inyong lahat.
Jello Francisco, Granada Hills, California.
Thank you again for being here. I have to go.
Thank you lang, walang pamerienda.
Lahat ng mga pamerienda mga galing kay Ate Candy siya kay Kuya Alfred de Vera.
Yeah. Galing Bangkok, galing Italy. Social. Abangan ko yan.
Could confidently speak on behalf of many other singers na Three of a Kind is such an influence. Ito yung goal namin before. Somehow take us back to how it all started. So
from what I remember, which may not be that reliable, okay? Because I recall at the time, we were busy as session singers. That means we were singers for hire, di ba? Kumakanta sa studio, kumakanta ng jingle, nagba-backup vocals. Tapos sabi ko, siguro naman we should be in the front line, no? At the time, I had really no idea kung ano yung mabubuo. But I knew that I wanted to sing with Edward and that I wanted to sing with Jello. And everyone was going, why not a quartet? Because usually it's quartet, SATB. And I'm like, I'm not sure if anyone else really would fit in with the personality. Maybe at the time, yung time demand, siguro, more realistically speaking. I don't know. What do you guys remember about this?
Tama yung kasi di ba nag-tour tayo sa Korea?
Mm-hmm.
Kami yung magugulo sa likod.
Right.
Kami yung bus kasi namin merong parang U na sofa sa likod tapos may table. Yun teritoryo namin yun tapos kami lang yung maingay, natutulog na yung iba, kami lang yung nagtatawanan.
Tayo na may memo.
Tapos nagkakantahan kami, nag-harmonize kaming tatlo. So as I recall, I planted the idea with Annie kasi at that time session silang dalawa. Ako naman, kung saan-saan din kumakanta. Sabi ko, after nun ng tour, bakit di tayo magtayo ng grupo? But that was, hindi pa yun yung start. Siguro, a couple of, siguro a year. Tapos bigla kaming nakatanggap ng message from Annie na, siguro it's time.
Tuloy na.
I'd like to touch very quickly on the musical aspect of it. Kasi, is it easier? What made it easier or more challenging, I guess? Kasi trio eh.
I think one of the key things really was to write for who was singing. Fortunately, we have a tenor who can span up to alto range and high tenor. He has that sound and he has a falsetto. Jello also has a high falsetto that can too. Yeah, high falsetto. And he's a bass. So it's like we're covering the span, within just the three of us, we can span the ranges. Tapos, at that time, it was Bobby McFerrin who was very popular. And I grew up with Manhattan Transfer, 4 singers, diba? And then, when I listened to Bobby McFerrin, he's singing by himself and you hear the chordal progression. Diba? Because a chordal progression can be implied. You don't have to have all the notes present at the same time. Like, you know, yung chordal harmony that naririnig mo ng sabay-sabay. Pwedeng i-imply yun.
So every time we see you, I see you perform, you know, your presence and just, you know, it pauses time. It just like, it's as if we're invited to this sort of like journey. Now you take us with you. You graciously take us with you to like, oh my God, this is a musical journey.
Right.
What inspires Kuya Edward with such performance, or what drives you? Like with
Grupo kasi, ang treatment nun, kailangan group yung group. Ang madrigal kasi kapag grupo, kailangan grupo yung texture ng boses. Yung miracle ng Three of a Kind, kaming tatlo stake out. Pag yung tatlo kami talaga, and yung pagka-stake out namin, nagbe-blend. Alam mo yun? So each voice talaga, pagka nag-perform siya, hindi siya grupo, but as a soloist.
Mm-hmm.
So ang energy nun sa tao, ibang klase. Ang dating nun sa tao, ay pambihira tong tatlong to. Nagsosolo talaga kami as we are harmonizing. And which is, it came out natural. Siguro nga sa tagal na ng members ng Madrigal, every time na talagang makikita nyo kami nagpa-perform, 105% ang aming buhos, ang yung kaba namin, andon, yung energy ng boses namin. Alam mo yung pag pinapanood kami ng tao, nasa edge sila ng seat talaga. Ganyan yung hingahan namin.
I have seen your work, your musical work. You teach a lot of choirs, a lot of singers, and you've sung in concerts, you've produced, you've directed everything. One like me, for example, if I'm a newbie, how do I put my name out there? Like if I'm starting my own career, what's your advice to like this next generation of artists?
There are steps in attaining your musicality. Siyempre, practice. And then, siyempre, you broaden your horizons. Kailangan maka-appreciate ka ng maraming musical genres or ano. Pero ako, bumalik ako sa choral music. You will end up where you're supposed to if you do what you love doing.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Kuya Edward, you recently started a new path, and it's such a very inspiring career as an instrument of the word. How does worship and fellowship and music relate?
Nung nagpastor ako, sabi ko, Lord, ayaw ko na hong kumanta. Can you just imagine? Sinabi ko talaga sa Panginoon, hindi na po ako kakanta. Kasi nga, kasi buhay artista, di ba? Buhay entertainer, parang hindi na magtutugma sa pagpapastor ko. So ayoko nang kumanta. Sinabi ko talaga yon. Sinabi ko, ayoko nang kumanta. Sabi ng Panginoon, hindi kita papayagan. Sabi ng Panginoon sa akin, gamitin mo yung mga gifts and graces. Dun sa journey na tinahak ko actually, hindi sineset aside yung mga gifts and graces. So ginamit ko lahat yon, yung talento, yung experience, yung musical abilities. Hindi mo dapat isang tabi yun kasi pinag-isa yon sa buhay mo sa buhay ni Annie, sa buhay ni Jello. Kaya ganyan ang career nitong dalawang to, overwhelming talaga. And me as a pastor, sabi ko, I am just so grateful to be part of their lives actually. So ngayon na nasa ministry ako, full-time ministry, I can relate that, yung mga experiences ko with these folks sa parishioners, ganon, as an encouragement.
How to become a successful like you, like the three of you.
In order to be successful, don't think that you will be successful. Just do what you love to do. If you love to sing, sing.
Actually, in music, there's a lot of things to do. There are a lot of talented things. Says using it made you happy, kung ano man yung purpose mo. If I say if you're not successful in music, it's maybe because you're doing the wrong thing in music. Maybe there's something else in it for you. And if you are a true musician, you will be happy, and I guess that will be your measure of success.
Kailangan yung responsibility mo as a musician, you treat it always, yung songs ninyo, as a spiritual inspiration. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 19. O, tinan mo to, speaking to one another, sabi ni Paul, with psalms and hymns and songs from the Spirit. Oh, sing and make music from your heart to the Lord. Direction ng heart, direction ng music, direction ng success ninyo, offered always to our Lord para maging lasting naman yung legacy na iiwanan.
We are up for a treat, our audiences, because Ate Annie, Kuya Jello, and Kuya Edward generously re-recorded their classic trio from Ruvapella album that came out in 2000.
Three-headed monster.
Yeah. It came out, when did it come out? 2000 ba? 2000?
A long time ago.
A long time ago is the Here is Ate Annie, Kuya Edward, and Kuya Jello, known as Three of a Kind with Paalam Na.
Hep, stop! Commercial break muna! Hindi lang tayo mahilig sa love songs, lalo na love songs na hugot ang lyrics.
Mahilig din tayo sa love stories. The more drama, the better. At mahilig tayo sa mga hugot lines, di ba?
O ngayon, what happens when love songs meet love drama? Diyos ko, malaking drama to. But who else can do this and explain this? No other than Love Queen Corona.
Presenting Her Royal Highness Queen Corona of Oriana.
Oh, hello everyone. Hello my dearies. Oh, how I've missed you so dearly. Especially during this time as to what I believe they call the Love Month. This is one of my favorite months. This is what they call Feb-ibig. For some nations, I believe. Oh, speaking of love, during this time, I really love listening to beautiful love music and also love letters. Which reminds me, when I was still a little princess, I used to read a lot of love letters from the handsome Prince Charmings I do have. There are quite many of them. And speaking of love letters, there are a couple of my loyal subjects who sent me their love letters seeking for love advice. Let me share some with you, okay? Okay, let me read some letters. Ooh, this one came from Bianca Aguilalas from Portugal. Your Majesty, Queen Corona of Oriana. Ewan ko kung bakit ba ganyan. Sounds familiar. Damdamin ay di maintindihan. Kailangan ng pag-ibig mo dahil sa ako'y nagmamahal sa'yo. Magmula nang kita ay makilala. Okay, I'm not sure what advice to give, but probably Bianca Aguilalas from Portugal. My advice would be, lakas tama, ako'y nawawala. Nawawala ang isip ko pag nakikita ka, sinta. Repeat 2 times. I hope, Bianca, that helped a lot, okay? Because I really can't decipher what was your question. Well, anyway, I have another letter sender. I hope this one, I can give advice for this one. Oh, this is interesting. From Enrico Lagasca from Italy. Dear Queen Corona, sounds promising. Mula nang makilala ka, aking mahal, di ako mapalagay sa kakaisip ko sa'yo. That is quite a problem for your love life. Well, anyway, Enrico Lagasca from Italy. My advice probably would be, ang pag-ibig ay sadyang ganyan. Tiwala sa isa't isa'y kailangan. Dati mong pag-ibig wala akong pakialam. Basta't mahal kita, kailan pa man. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I hope, Enriqueta, I was able to provide you a very beautiful advice for the matter. Okay, our last letter sender for today is coming from Warlito Yalunshka from Russia. Dear QC, wow, close. Bakit nga ba ang puso, pag nagmamahal na, ay sadyang nakapagtataka? Ang bawat sandali, lagi nang may ngiti, dahil langit ang nadarama. Okay, Warlito Yalunshka from Russia. The best advice that I could give would be, boom tarat tarat, tararat tararat, boom boom boom. Okay? I hope that you follow that advice, Warlito Yalunshka from Russia. Oh, I believe that's all the time we have left today, but I really enjoyed reading these love letters and sharing it with you, my loyal subjects. And before I let you go, let me just read an anonymous letter saying, paalam na aking mahal, kay hirap sabihin. Oh, that's a beautiful line. Well, that's all for now. Again, I really miss seeing you, and I hope to see you again in our next episode for more unsolicited advice. Send me a message, PM, comment down below, and I miss you. This has been your Queen Corona of Oriana. Thank you. Happy pag-ibig.
Sabihin ito sa'yo, di ko ito ginusto, na tayo'y magkalayo, ngunit di magkasundo, damdamin natin di magtagpo. Sabihin, paalam na aking mahal. Masakit isipin na kahit nagmamahalan pa, puso't isip ay magkaiba. Maaring di lang laan sa isa't isa. Sana wag mong isipin na pag-ibig ko'y di tunay dahil sa'yo lang nadamang isang pag-ibig na walang kapantay. Ngunit masasaktan lang kung puso ang pagbibigyan. Kahit pa mamaalam ang siyang bulong ng isipan. Paalam na aking mahal, kay hirap sabihin. Paalam na aking mahal. Masakit isipin na kahit nagmamahalan pa, puso't isip ay magkaiba. Maaring di lang laan sa isa't isa. Darating sa buhay mo ang pag-ibig na laan sa'yo, at mamahalin ka niya ng higit sa maibibigay ko. Paalam na aking mahal, kay hirap sabihin. Paalam na aking mahal. Masakit isipin na kahit nagmamahalan pa, puso't isip ay magkaiba. Maaring di lang laan sa isa't isa.
Grabe, na starstruck na naman ako all over again. I remember before, during the Madz Ghost Pop rehearsal at the CCP, nasa side lang ako, nakikinig ako sa kanila. Rehearsal pa lang, napanganga na ako, natulala ako, parang nawala ako sa sarili ko, ganon. And so, present, ganun pa rin sila, hindi pa rin nawawala yung magic nila kahit matagal silang hindi nagkantahan o nagkasama-sama. So, and ito Ito yung kakaiba sa kanila eh. Tatlong soloista na nag-harmonize, and then the end result is a bombastic and amazing sound. Highest level power vocals, ganyan, na super fantastic. Grabe, sorry, nagiging fan na naman ako ulit. So, thank you, Three of a Kind, for this rare and wonderful treat. And thank you, Tito Enrico Lagasca, for making this momentous occasion and fun get-together a reality.
It can be said, the family that sings together, stays together, loves together, whatever together. Music is in the genes, in the blood, in the bones, in the spirit. So tonight, we have a very different kind of Madz et al. This is probably the first time we are doing this in the close to 60 years of existence of the Madz.
Sal Mineo Malaki, Joy Relucio, Jennifer Villanueva, Edward Granadosin, Kat Oliver, Rayuel Tica, Rina Palma, Leah Ambrosio, M. Macanaya, Jella Francisco, Lilian Lasquite, Ana Abeleda, Jong Piquero, and Diday Veneracion.
Joined by their children.
Singing together, one of the songs the Madz is known for across generations.
Enjoy this and see you all next episode of Madz Talk Plus on Sunday, March 21.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Stay safe. Keep on singing.
L'emporta, c'est la rose, l'emporta, c'est la rose, l'emporta, c'est la rose, crois-moi.
If you find your own
And the knots of love have bound you, though the clouds are all around you, there's a rose.
love will come and love will go. Do not waste another love. There is beauty in the flower, like a rose. L'emporta, c'est la rose, l'emporta, c'est la rose, l'emporta, c'est la rose, you and I must stay apart in this world that keeps on spinning, and our time will come for winning if we win. There's a battle and a thorn, there is beauty and there's sorrow, and we all must face tomorrow like a rose. as sure as there's a sky, and the sun so high above us, there is one who's meant to love us in this world. There is rhythm to our lives, there is pride and there is reason, and we all must find our season like our
Kasundo, ganda natin itinatapos. Maalam na. Ang hirap naman. Coach Kat, paano nga yung high note?
Yes.
Paano yung technique mo sa high note? Yung technique.
Wait,
Maalam na.
Wait, so ganito siya. Wait lang, ba't mo ba pinapractice yan? Eh, di ba ako dapat yung kakanta ng part na yan?
Oo nga.
Binigay sa akin ni Ate Annie yung part na yan.
Ay, hindi.
Tumawag siya sa akin kanina, nag-confirm na siya.
Si Ate Annie lang. Ako kasi, silang tatlo nag-PM sa akin, ako na daw. Kasi na-wrong send sa'yo. Na-wrong send yata. Sa akin yata. Uy, pero grabe.
Pero grabe, no?
Hands down. Ay, ano ba yun?
Yes.
Sobra.
Bow.
Grabe.
Bow pa rin. Walang kupas.
I miss them. Nakakamiss talaga sobra. Kasi growing up, pinapakinggan natin sila. Tapos,
yung mga hindi pa nakakaalam siguro, syempre lahat, silang tatlo Madz alumni sila, di ba? So parang
yes, nakaka-proud.
Itong just episode that we just saw, we featured a lot of alumni na through Pay It Forward at saka yung at ang maganda dito yung mga duets na mangyayari sa next 2 or 3 more episodes ng Madz, di ba? Puro may mga
abangan
alumni to present batch.
Yes.
Very interesting, di ba?
Hindi ko talaga inakala na makakaduet ko si Kuya Sal. It was only in my dreams.
Akala ko inisip mo makakatrio mo si Kuya Sal kasi dalawa lang kayo. Yun yung
performance ng Lamporta sa La Rose, di ba? na talagang
Ay, grabe.
families
Mm-mm.
and alumni from around the world. Ang cute makita ng mga bagets ng mga bata ang next
Oo.
generation.
Following the footsteps. Yes. I hope you like the mini session with Sir Tommy, no? Idol ko din siya nung hindi pa ako Madz, no? So I'm really glad to have been his seatmate, naging seatmate na din kami, and
Swak na swak. Swak na swak
session.
this month. Kaya naman sa inyong, for all our viewers, happy happy love month. Happy puso po sa inyong lahat.
So congrats pala sa present Mads naman, di ba? Madrigals naman yung tinatawag.
Mm-mm.
We are hoping na through what we are sharing with Mad Sing Along, our viewers, especially yung mga minamahal nating mga kapwa choristers, will be inspired to learn this kind of music. A lot can be learned from studying this.
Sobra.
Hilig tayo sa mga hugot songs, di ba? Kaya nakakatuwa na lahat ng mga nagsulat kay Queen Corona, talagang galing sa heart yung mga nila, mga letters nila, di ba?
Nakaka-touch, correct.
Sabi ng cousin ko na si Queen Corona, salamat daw sa mga nagpadala ng letters. Natutulog na siya ngayon, napapahinga. Alam mo na, medyo matanda na yung si Queen Corona talaga.
Ano ang favorite song ninyo? Na hugot song ninyo? On top of di ba? Na parang, wala lang, na parang feeling nyo ngayon na parang pa-end na itong Love Month.
Siguro, kasi, of course, at the moment talagang in love ako, no? In love talaga ako. Wala na ako, it's been a long, siguro, almost magte-10 years na wala na akong hugot sa buhay. So, yun. So, siguro, tatanggalin ko na yung hugot song ko, papalitan ko siya ng Minsan Lang Kita Iibigin. Hindi three of a kind, one of a kind, Minsan Lang Kita Iibigin. Ikaw, yung kumbaga parang yun na yun, ikaw na talaga, ganon. Yun yung parang happy hugot.
Super hugot, pero kasi very fond memory siya of my recording. Nung nag-recording kami ng 2005 of Iyo Kailan Pa Man. And shout out to sa aming good friend na si Erwin Andaya na nasa
Hi, Weng.
And of course, arranged by Ana Abeleda. This particular arrangement by Ate Ana Abeleda Piquero, super favorite ko na send ko sa audiences at pakinggan niyo sa YouTube is Hanggang. Diba?
Ay, oo.
As in, every time na sa Madz yun, at nung na-record namin, and kahit kay Weng, kay Irvin, super hugot talaga. As in talagang showstopper, as in time stopper siya. Talagang lahat ng
every time na kinakanta siya talaga. At saka ang classic siya kasi lalo yung umpisa pa lang yung hanggang sa dulo ng wala. Ay, hindi ba yun? Hindi ba yun?
Isang song na, kumbaga, naging part na ng playlist ko for how many years is yung Can This Be Love? Written by national artist Mr. Ryan Cayabyab. All versions pinapakinggan ko yan, from the original Smoky Mountain kay Miss Sarah Geronimo.
Ako talaga all time favorite ko talaga. As in, every time na naririnig ko siya, parang may chills, may tumataas yung balahibo ko sa batok. Ano talaga? Lakas tama. Lakas tama! Ako'y gano'n.
Hindi ko na-expect yun.
Seriously talaga. Hindi, seryosa. Ano talaga, Himne L'Amour, forever ko talagang love yun. Lalo, pag kinakanta ni Bianca yun.
Kasi talagang love in any language talaga. And love in any way, in any form. And let's wrap this up with just telling our audiences how much we value them, how much we love them, how much we care for them. And
thank you so much. Thank you everyone for always tuning in. Spread the love, guys.
And remember, the love circle will always include you, our audiences.
Bye.
Thank you. Happy Hearts Month.
Heart ba to? Ayan, yung heart na yan.
Yeah. Happy Hearts Month. Pero sa laki ng kamay ko dahil mataba nga, parang siya, bato. Parang adobe. Happy Hearts Month, everyone. Happy Love Month.
Yay!
Bye!